Hello, my name is Markus Saba. I'm the Honorary Consul in Indianapolis, Indiana. I want to take this opportunity to introduce myself, give you a little bit about my background, and share with you my connections to Switzerland. My mother is actually Swiss. She was born and raised in Zurich, and of course, her name is Heidi. I was actually born in Kuwait. Then, as a young child, we emigrated to the United States. Fortunate, though, with having family and relatives, as a young child, got to go back to Switzerland many, many times and learn about the culture, the language, the history, etc. After my education here in the States, I joined Eli Lilly and Company, which is a pharmaceutical company based here in Indianapolis, Indiana. I was fortunate enough to have a number of international assignments and got the privilege of having 2 assignments in our office in Geneva, Switzerland. After that, my wife and I, we had a number of assignments in Dubai, in Japan, and in Hong Kong. And eventually, all the roads led to our headquarters here in Indianapolis. I've been living here in Indianapolis for about 15 years. We've raised our 4 children here. And after working for Eli Lilly and Company for 25 fantastic years, I retired. That was about 4 years ago, and became a full-time professor at the University of North Carolina, Keenan Flagler's Business School. And I split my time between North Carolina and my home here in Indianapolis. So when I saw the opportunity to be the Honorary Consul in Indianapolis, I got pretty excited. In fact, I ran into the room where my wife was and shared with her the information. I don't even think I slept that much that night, and the next morning woke up and applied right away. But it really harkens back to another reason, and it wasn't too long ago where a mentor of mine reminded me about a retirement party that we both attended for an executive at the company I used to work with, where that person talked about the 3 phases of life. There's basically the learn phase, then there's the earn phase, and then there's the return phase. And honestly, when I saw the opportunity here, I thought it was the perfect return phase. And I'm at that stage of my life where I thought this is a great opportunity. When I looked at the responsibilities and the requirements, I just felt like it was an opportunity that I could add some value and help realize the potential between Indiana and Switzerland. So I think Indiana is a state with a tremendous amount of potential. We're actually a bit humble about it, but I see a great potential, and I actually see a lot of similarities, if you will, between Indiana and Switzerland. I'll try to do my best to explain that, but I basically break the potential down into 3 buckets. I break it down into policy, into production, and into people. And having lived and worked here for a number of years, I've seen that all come to fruition. And if you take a look at it, under the policy, it's a very business-friendly state. We have some very common-sense policies. We have continuous and steady growth, and the public-private partnership is tremendous. And we've got a long history of that, and the policies make it an attractive place to live, to work, and to conduct business. On the production side, we call ourselves the Crossroads of America, and if you look at it, there is a tremendous amount of production that comes out of the state. We're not the largest state, but we're incredibly efficient. The innovation is tremendous. The technology is fantastic. We've got a great manufacturing base. Our distribution systems, being in the Midwest, here in the middle of the Midwest, are tremendous. And then our science and our biotech industries are thriving. The third element, the third pillar, I look at it with regards to the potential, is really around the people. And those first 2 happen, the policy and the production, kind of happen as a result of the fantastic and wonderful people here. And it's not just in the style and the friendliness, but it's also in the talent and the abilities. The workforce is incredibly talented. We've got at executive and high levels, as well as in the manufacturing levels, incredibly talented folks who are add a tremendous amount of value. A lot of that also is rooted in our academics here in the state of Indiana, not only at the high school level, but at the collegiate level. We've got some of the world-class universities in IU, in Purdue, in Notre Dame, and Butler, just to name a few. I think that solid education system creates people with who are able to add a tremendous amount of value in that workforce. And if you kind of look at it in those three pieces, you do see a lot of similarities to Switzerland, where the policies make sense, they are business friendly, they are common sense policies, and there's strong partnership between public and private. And if you look at the production and efficiency of the industries and institutions, Switzerland has those as well. And then obviously the people are super efficient, great workforce, very well trained and educated, and pleasure to be around. So I see the potential in Indiana to be very, very strong. It's steady, it's continuous, and it's of high quality. And hopefully we continue to find some ways to collaborate between Switzerland and Indiana.